Hello, I'm Alan Keays, and I'm joined today by Brent Curtis, and we're here today to provide you a look at some of the stories we're working on here in the Herald newsroom. The big story happened, broke last night when the latest knife point robbery took place here in the city, the fifth since the beginning of the year, and kind of the sixth overall because there was one in Wallingford thrown in there.
Yeah.
And I know you were sent down to Granger Street Market late last night.
Yes, the Granger Street Market on Granger Street, the latest convenience store in the city to be robbed at knife point. About a half hour after that robbery occurred, police detained and later arrested two individuals that they say are responsible for almost all of the knife point robberies here in the city. There's a couple that are outside of that purview, the Domino's guy and another one that is escaping me. Oh, the carjacking one.
Mm-hmm.
But they the two individuals, Annabella, right?
Annabella
Babcock of Rutland and Patrick Blodgett of East Barrie, I guess is where he's from, were arrested last night. They were arraigned today. They were both held on $150,000 bail after pleading innocent to 5 felony armed and assault and robbery charges on his part, and 4 aiding and abetting in the commission of a felony on her part.
So they thought she was the wheel person, the getaway person.
Yes, exactly. She was allegedly the driver of the getaway mobile, which in this case was a silver Jeep Liberty. That detail, along with perhaps a loud muffler on the vehicle, led police to stop and detain a Jeep matching that description on Cottage Street last night. Subsequent search of the vehicle found a knife in his pocket, clothing that matched the description of what the robber was wearing, and they later, according to police, confessed to their different roles in the crime.
And also they apparently did the robbery, according to court records or police, and then bought heroin, and then went to Cottage Street area.
That's correct. They were actually, and I'm not sure of this entirely, but they were using heroin shortly after the crime. It's entirely possible that they were using it in that vehicle when they were arrested. Interesting little tidbit that I know will fascinate you, Alan. Mr. Blodgett has a record. He's actually awaiting sentencing in Chittenden. He was down here for the drug court. He flunked out, and there was an arrest warrant out for him. He actually appeared in court on January 8th. Now, that's 4 days after the first robbery and 3 days before the next one afterwards. So they had him in court. They just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Also, in the news tomorrow, we've got there was a home invasion sort of scenario up in Brandon last night. Well, wait a minute, today's the 23rd. Yes, last night. It involved allegedly a transient man who brawled with a homeowner and then later with police while he was being brought into custody. He's actually been held on $100,000 bail, along with some other. He's actually no bail because of a violation, probation violation. But he's in jail. Since
we're probably running long already, I'm going to quickly go through just a couple other things. The United Way had their annual, luncheon or ceremony announcing how they did for their campaign this year. And I don't know the figure that they had, but they did reach their goal, which is always good news. Also, Darren Marcy will have a follow to the fire at Pratico's that happened yesterday in Rutland town. I know he talked to Skip Pratico, the owner of the business, and I believe he plans to open in the spring, to reopen. And I know that a lot of people have been following this. Green Mountain Power, the EIC, Energy Innovation Center, they came up with a name for their animatronic talking cow. I guess 2 students had submitted this name. They had a contest with students, and Electra was the name that was selected. And
I would have gone with RoboCow.
Well, they did not choose your entry, Brent. And we also have an update on how the MLK ski holiday season went for resorts in our area. Bruce Edwards is working on that story. Actually, there was another fire in Springfield that destroyed a house, but they were able to find a dog that had been in the house. And actually, after they put the fire out, the homeowners told the fire chief that there was a dog still in the house, and they were able to find the dog
in the house.
Yeah,
after the fire,
shivering. Yeah, it was wet and shivering, and they were able to find the dog.
Wow.
And we'll have an update on the Springfield budget that was set yesterday. And that's a look at some of the stories that we'll have in tomorrow's paper. Kind of a full news day here.
Full boat, yeah.
plus our Arctic temperatures, a polar vortex hitting us.
Yeah, that's news too.
Yes, all right. Well, that's a look at some of the stories we're working on. Thanks for watching.
Have a great day.